Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce Simplified channel. Today I'm going to talk about styling hooks. I think styling hooks is very interesting topic. In terms of learning LWC CSS, I think a very good practice we can use for our LWC components. I was little bit struggling to understand it, but yeah, it's not that difficult. So let's get started on that topic. So in the previous video we have talked about slots, unnamed and named slot. I think I'm going to continue with the same example here. So let's get started on that. I'm going to back to my components where we have written this parent component and child component. I'm going to use the same components for understanding styling hooks. So what styling hooks is? Styling hooks is again like slot is a placeholder and styling hooks are again a placeholder. It is for CSS. So you can define some sort of variable, and in that variable you can use different sort of styles. That's how the styling hooks works. Now to understand it better, let's come with some examples. So what I will do, I'll just put some styles, random styles, which I have created as like a class on my slot, unnamed slot, and here is my component. I've placed my class here, my slot, and class unnamed slot. Normally, when we use it, we keep it simple styles. Like let's say if I want to change my background color to something, let's keep it blue for now. Let's keep my font size as medium. I think it's better to define it 60 and 60 pixels. Let's put my unnamed slot, same thing, and another way. I'll keep it something like this. Let's put it green, a kind of green, and let's put it 18. Save it and deploy this. Let's refresh our component. Okay, let's refresh it again. Okay, so here are my named slot and my unnamed slot. I think it's better to put some color as well. Let's put it something like this. Let's put it something like this. So how styling hooks works, it's kind of like a variable which you want to put and define, and instead of giving simple values here, you can just put that variable here and that value will come. So what I'll do simply is like I'll just copy this whole thing and I'll paste it in my parent component, which I have created as a host. Host is nothing but your root stylings, you can say that. So I'm just pasting it here, and again I'm taking some sort of unnamed slots and I'm pasting it here. Okay, so instead of defining background color, I'll take it as a name of variable. So I'll say that it is what was that, just my slot, unnamed slot. So my named slot and unnamed slot, so I simply name it as, so whenever I define the variable I need to put it to um, hyphen and named slot background color. Just copying this completely font size, color, and then I will put it unnamed slot, background color, font size, and color. So these are the names variable which I have created. So let's save it and deploy the source. So now I do have some variables and I want to use those variable here. So what I'll do, I'll just go back to this parent component. I'll copy this variable name. Okay. And to define here or to fetch those properties, what I need to do is I need to use a variable function in that. See, if you can see here, all these um, names are coming, right? So I'll just simply go and fetch my named float background color, then I'll put it like variable. Oh, it's not coming now. Okay, okay, I hope so. No problem. Named slot font size, named slot color, and similarly I'll do one thing, simply copy this and paste it here. I'll do one thing, so I think that's better to take copy this and change the name to unnamed, 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 and unnamed. Now simply we'll move it, deploy source to org. I think it's deployed. Hopefully it should work. Let's come back, refresh it once more. Yeah, so you can see here all these changes has been reflecting now, right? So what is happening here is like I'm declaring some variable into my parent component, even if you can do that within the child component as well. So here I've declared them in the parent component, and I'm using these variables. I defined these properties. You can see different colors I have defined. Even I have defined the size of the font, and that is completely reflecting in my child component. So basically this is the concept of styling hooks. What is the benefit here of having this styling hooks? Like now what I'll do, so I'll skip those changes. So I'll keep it as, let's say, let's name this, I'm just moving this styling into my, so what I mean to say is I need to define these properties into a separate file which will be common for my project or my application, and I want to use that styling set wherever I want to apply that. So what I'll do, I'll simply create another lightning component, and if you can see here, this styling library is simply containing one CSS, and I'm pasting all these things here. Again, I'll define it as a host, paste it within that, and to use it, what I'll do, I'll simply go ahead and import this. Import URL c style library.css. Not CSS, simply style library. So what I'm doing is I'm just pasting all these my lightning style sets which I defined for named slot and unnamed slot, and I am pasting it into styling library CSS, which is a separate lightning component. So I'm just removing this style sets from parent component. So let's see it, because it might look like we haven't changed anything. So let's change something. Let's put the background as blue or something. Let's go into this particular color. I think let's take it little darker, and here we can change to something else. Let's take it blue or red, maybe little red, light color red. Okay, so I'm saving these changes and I'm just deploying all my components to org. Let's see, it should reflect. There's some problem. Okay, let me try to deploy one by one, or let me simply remove it for time being. It is deployed. Let me deploy this one. Some problem with this particular file. What is that? Okay, sorry. So the syntax which I've kept it here is completely problem, so it should not be host colon, it is like colon host. My bad. Okay, so it got deployed. Now hopefully it should reflect our changes. Yeah, so here you can see that even if I created my component styles into a separate file, that separate file is useful for me to put any sort of styles. What I can do also, like for example, whenever the third thing is whenever you are defining some properties or variables to get your background color, there are chances that it might miss from the file which you are referring. So what is best way is, like, you can also give us other style sheet. For example, I can define variable and then some default style sheet for this particular property. So what I can define here, like hash, like that, like colors, let's say if I forgot, or if I change the name of this properties or variable which is not available in my file which I'm referring for. So variable is not found, like, because color one we have not defined, named slot color one we have not defined. And if I want to see that, let's simply deploy this child component. So what it will do, it will just get that default color. See here, so it is got the default color from the styles which we have defined. So I think that's all the purpose of the using the styling hooks. Hope I was able to make you understand what exactly this means and how it can be used it. Thanks for watching my videos. Have a wonderful day.